Forget lattes and cappuccinos. There's a coffee out there served with a chunk of cheese sitting in the cup. There's one that used to be smuggled past a strict pastor at a baptism. And there's one that's collected from an animal's droppings and sells for close to $100 a cup. Most coffee content online covers the same 8 or 9 drinks over and over. Espresso, latte, cappuccino, cold brew. This isn't that video. We're going through coffee drinks most people have never heard of. Real drinks, real traditions, starting mild and ending somewhere genuinely strange. Every coffee culture on Earth adapts the same base ingredient to whatever's local. Spices, dairy, even other drinks entirely. These aren't gimmicks. Most of them come from necessity, tradition, or a specific place that never really exported the idea. None of these drinks went viral by design. They survived because a specific community kept making them the same way for generations, long before anyone filmed it for the internet. That's actually the easiest way to tell a real tradition apart from a manufactured trend. Real ones usually predate the platforms currently talking about them by decades, sometimes centuries. Let's start with one hiding in plain sight in Italy. Marocchino, Italy. Most people know espresso and cappuccino. Fewer know the Marocchino, espresso, frothed milk, and a layer of chocolate, usually served in a small glass. It's named after the color of Moroccan leather, and in Italy it's often treated as the afternoon alternative to cappuccino, which is considered a strictly morning drink. It's popular enough that most Italian cafes keep it on the menu, but it barely shows up outside the country. Ask for one in most other places and you'll likely get a confused look instead of a coffee. Café de Olla, Mexico. Café de Olla is brewed in a clay pot with cinnamon and piloncillo, a type of unrefined cane sugar, giving it a warm, spiced sweetness that regular drip coffee doesn't have. The clay pot itself is part of the tradition. Some people say it changes the flavor slightly, compared to brewing the same ingredients in metal. It's typically simmered slowly rather than dripped or pressed, which gives the spices more time to actually infuse into the coffee, instead of just sitting on top of it. In much of Mexico, it's still made this way at home, passed down the same way a family recipe would be. That's a coffee shaped by spice. The next one is shaped by an entirely different drink altogether. Number 3. Yuanyang, Hong Kong. Yuanyang mixes coffee with strong milk tea, combining 2 drink cultures into 1 cup. It's named after a pair of mandarin ducks, a symbol of togetherness, since the drink itself is literally 2 beverages joined together. It's a regular menu item at Hong Kong-style cafes, though it rarely shows up outside that region. The ratio matters more than it sounds like it would. Too much tea and it just tastes like tea with a coffee aftertaste, too much coffee and the tea disappears entirely. Getting that balance right is part of what makes a good cha chaan teng, the Hong Kong-style cafe where the drink is a staple, stand out from a mediocre one. It's a drink that requires 2 separate brews done well, rather than 1, which is probably part of why it never fully caught on outside places already brewing strong milk tea daily. Every drink so far has mixed coffee with something else already common in the kitchen: chocolate, spice, tea. The next few take it further, into religious tradition, hidden alcohol, and eventually something a lot stranger. None of what's coming next is exaggerated for the video. Every one of these is a real, documented tradition, some of them centuries old. Number 4. Café Touba, Senegal. Café Touba is brewed with coffee beans ground together with grains of salim, a peppery West African spice, sometimes with cloves added as well. It's tied to a Sufi Muslim tradition in Senegal and named after the holy city of Touba. It's sold on nearly every street corner there, but almost never appears on menus outside West Africa. The drink is closely associated with the founder of the Mouride Sufi order, and street vendors selling it are a common sight throughout Senegalese cities, often poured from large thermoses into small glasses for customers on their way to work. Despite being one of the most commonly consumed drinks in the country, it's almost entirely absent from Western coffee coverage. Number 5. Pharisäer Kaffee, Germany. This one has a specific origin story. In 1872, at a baptism in northern Germany, a strict local pastor had banned alcohol from the celebration. Guests got around it by spiking their coffee with rum and hiding it under a layer of whipped cream so it looked like an ordinary cup from across the room. That drink is still served today, whipped cream on top, rum underneath. The story goes that the pastor eventually figured out what was happening, and rather than being angry, the drink simply stuck around as a local tradition, served in the same region of northern Germany at cafes and family gatherings ever since. It's one of the rare coffee drinks where the entire reason for existing is getting away with something. That's a coffee built around getting away with something. The next one was built around getting rid of a cheap byproduct nobody wanted.
Number 6. Kaffeost, Finland, Sweden, and Sapmi region. Kaffeost comes from Sami tradition in northern Scandinavia. Hot coffee is poured directly over cubes of a firm, squeaky cheese called juustoleipä, sometimes made from reindeer milk. The cheese partly softens in the hot coffee, and it's traditionally scooped out and eaten with a spoon once the coffee's gone. It sounds unusual, but it's a genuine regional tradition, not a novelty invented for social media. It's traditionally served in a small wooden cup called a kuksa, carved by hand, which is itself a piece of Sami craft tradition. For reindeer herders working outdoors in cold weather, a warm, calorie-dense drink like this wasn't a novelty at all. It was practical, filling, and easy to make with whatever was on hand. The cheese doesn't fully melt, it just softens at the edges, so what's left in the bottom of the cup is somewhere between a snack and a spoonful of dessert, depending on how long it's been sitting. Number 7. Kopi Luwak, Indonesia. Kopi Luwak is coffee made from beans that have been eaten, digested, and excreted by the Asian civet, a small nocturnal mammal. The digestion process is said to break down some of the bean's proteins, producing a smoother, less acidic cup. Wild-sourced Kopi Luwak, from beans collected off the forest floor, can sell for close to $100 per cup, making it one of the most expensive coffees in the world. Traditionally, civets in the wild instinctively choose only the ripest, best coffee cherries to eat, which is part of why the resulting coffee is considered high quality in the first place. The animal is essentially doing natural quality control before any of it reaches a farmer's hands.
Here's the part worth knowing before you go looking for a cup. Investigations by groups including PETA and the BBC have found that a large share of Kopi Luwak sold as wild-sourced actually comes from civets kept in small cages and force-fed coffee cherries, with farmers openly admitting the wild-sourced label is often false. The rarest, most expensive coffee on this list has a real ethical problem hiding behind its price tag. Genuinely wild-sourced Kopi Luwak exists, but it's much harder to find than the label suggests. Some ethical producers do exist, collecting beans from forest floors without ever touching the animals, and their coffee is usually priced even higher than the questionable version, precisely because doing it properly is slower and harder to scale. If price alone were proof of quality or ethics, the caged version wouldn't exist at all, but demand for a good story sells faster than demand for the truth behind it. 7 coffee traditions, 7 parts of the world, and not a latte or cappuccino among them. Coffee culture goes a lot further than what's on a typical menu. It just depends on where you're willing to look. Next time someone hands you a menu with the same 6 drinks you've seen 100 times, it's worth remembering there's an entire world of coffee that never made it onto that list. If this took you somewhere new, hit subscribe. We've done this same deep dive for rice, steak, and now coffee, and there's more coming.